Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talks with Todd.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Talks with Todd. I'm your host, Wit Todd, man. And listen, y'all already know season 4 is coming to a close, and it's been a pleasure. And I've been having a great time with everybody that's been on here. And today we're about to have another great show. No interview today, but we are going to have a great conversation. Okay, we got none other than my award-winning engineer, Telly, on the ones and twos. What's up? And we have somebody that has been a guest not once but twice. So she's not a guest today. She's a co-host. Say what's up to Brittany Chanel.
What's going on, y'all? I feel like a guest. She's not a guest. Huh?
So, yeah, we about to have another great conversation. So, listen, today I wanted to, season 4 been all about marriage, right? Relationships, whatever. And I wanted to just get a clear understanding from the people, okay? Why is cheating a deal breaker? Somebody got their phone up. Why is cheating a deal breaker? Okay? Mm-mm. So let's get into it. I want to talk to the people about it. And we're going to take calls. We're going to respond to comments momentarily. And holla at y'all soon. So we're going to get started with you, Telly. Why is cheating a deal breaker?
I think nobody wants to get cheated on. I feel like the turmoil behind it, the trauma behind it, nobody wants to openly admit or know that they're being, cheated on. So, of course, I don't think it's something that people will condone, but I know that it's something that happens. So okay. People feel like, hey, if you can't accept me at my best, at my worst, you don't, need me at my best, pretty much. So,
right.
A lot of people feel like just leaving a relationship is the go-to. And it's tricky with that because if you leave the relationship, you may get into another relationship with worse cheating or worse problems. So it's like, yeah, I know a lot of people when they're younger, they feel like cheating is a deal breaker. Yeah. Because I feel like at that point, you haven't really went through a lot. You haven't went through life. You don't know what those hard times are. Like the worst that can happen is you can get cheated on. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's why people hold that to a high regard and feel like, hey, I'm gonna just break up to avoid it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now do you feel like when somebody cheat, is your fault or their fault?
It depends on, I guess, the why, but it could be both parties. It can be something that one party is lacking. Some people do it just out of greed, just to see if they still have it. So it really can be both parties that that happens for or by.
Okay, that's fair. Brittany, what about you?
I think it's the initial that the trust is broken.
Okay.
Right? Because you're coming in it. I'm sure most people have probably gotten cheated on at the teenage years because that's when you start dating and being in relationships, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh yeah, my boo, my babe. Oh, he was talking to whatever. Your feelings get crushed, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's because you come into it very genuine. And you come into it like, this is my person, we're together and you're bringing your all into it. And this is a person that you've told different things to. This is, somebody that you've built trust with. And then to hear that they messed around on you, it's okay, trust is broken. And now you're looking at yourself, did I do something wrong? Or like, what's wrong with me? What did I do? Why did they cheat on me? Or, you know what I'm saying? So I think that goes for the man and for the women.
Yeah. I don't feel like you are ever the same after that first heartbreak.
Well, the reason why I believe that people feel that way is because the trust is broken.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's the part you feel like that hurts.
That is the part that hurts because what else could it be? If you think about kids.
Betrayal.
Yeah. The trust part, right? So as kids, right, I always go back to like little kids, they're so free.
Yes. Innocent.
They're innocent. They're so genuine. They're pure. I mean, they're wicked. But
Right.
you know, we're all
They can't
wicked.
be-
We're all
Yeah.
wicked. The heart's deceitful. But I'm
Yes.
saying, like, they're free, right? Everything is yes. But when they get that no, why?
Yeah.
You know, they're heartbroken and things like that. Until they get crushed, and then the innocence is gone.
That's true.
understand.
And I feel like that's kind of the same with the relationships. Like, you go into it, you're so free. I'm so this.
Yeah,
you know, I'm
especially
telling,
the first
I
one.
trust this person. I'm doing this. Hey, the person, hey, I'm going to go play basketball today. Okay, yeah, they're going to go play basketball. You're
Yeah.
like, it's there. And then you find out they weren't going to go play basketball. You lied to me. You've broken my trust.
Okay.
And that's why I believe
so that's
people-
what it is for you.
Yeah, I believe that for everybody.
Okay, I got a question for y'all then.
Okay.
All right. Let's say a man came to both of y'all. Let y'all both know, hey, I'm not happy in these areas. Can you please step it up? And if you can't, I'm going to have to go elsewhere.
So are you together? You're with this person?
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all with the person that's coming to y'all, letting y'all know that y'all falling short somewhere, or in multiple departments, right? They're coming to you, letting you know, hey, at some point, I'm gonna start looking elsewhere until you, unless you know, if you don't get it together. What are y'all thoughts about that? How do y'all like at that
gotta
point
get it together?
right?
Yeah.
So
I would first be happy that he even came to me and
Yeah,
gave
you
me
gotta
the
get-
opportunity to fix it
gotta
or
get it
correct it.
together.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm glad we're here. I'm glad y'all agree. So,
The passion kicking in.
So if a man comes to y'all and let y'all know that y'all falling short, and if y'all don't get it together, they will go looking elsewhere. Y'all make the decision to get it together. But if y'all make the decision to not get it together, are y'all going to be thrown off when somebody else comes into play then?
It depends on the time frame. Please allow grace.
Okay.
You know, like just
Okay.
because something was presented to me, I feel like grace has to be given. Nothing changes overnight. But I feel like corrected actions has changed behavior. So at that point, I would tap into. She's agreeing.
No,
I
it wasn't, but-
I would have to.
Go on.
No, I would just have to tap into, I guess, what he is saying and try to make those corrective
Adjustments.
changes. Yeah.
Okay.
Especially if it's the person that's worth it.
That you care about. Gotcha.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. See, that's dope.
That's the
reasonable.
first mature response I've heard from Shani.
That's why she started smiling. That's why I was like, oh, she's
been
not-
listening.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a little bit, yeah. But I do believe too, you need to know the person that you're dealing with.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
And I think a lot of people don't know what they need. They know what they want.
Right.
That's a good
And if
point.
they don't know what they want, they know exactly what they don't want. So you can figure that out. But I think when going into the relationship, like, you have to figure out what do I need? And can this person satisfy these needs? Right? Because your wants are different.
Right.
Got it.
Absolutely.
So I think, can I be with a person that fulfills these needs?
So is it a set, or do you expect all needs to be met?
Because first of all, you need things in a relationship, and then you want things in a
Yeah,
relationship.
that's
Right.
true. Yeah.
But sometimes your need is going to satisfy the want.
right.
Okay.
So what I think is most important is finding out what is the need. What is going to keep me moving?
Got it.
What is this thing that I need? Because I have to use the gas with the in the car.
Yes.
A car cannot move if it does not have gas.
Thank you.
That is true.
Thank you.
So I am for me, I'm not a car, but I'm gonna use myself as a car.
Yeah.
I need this to keep it moving.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's certain things that I know that I need from my partner that's gonna keep it moving in this relationship for me. So I think it's important to know what it is that your partner
Got
needs. And it's important to say, hey, can my partner really
Yeah.
fulfill these needs?
So should that be vocalized in the beginning?
Yes.
But I think that should be vocalized with you first.
Yes.
That's true.
Yes.
But I feel like that can change. Do you feel like the needs can change
The needs
over
can change.
time?
They
The
can
needs- the
change,
needs
but
can
they
change.
pretty much,
Stay solid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's certain. All right. Think about it.
because you got OLED and then premium.
You know early on what you want in a relationship, no matter how much you like the person.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So more than likely, there's going to be growth. Certain things might change, but the things that you stood firm on in the beginning, definitely you're gonna follow through with those on the end.
And I agree. I'm
Prime
going to agree
example.
with you on
Prime
that.
example. If you know you got a high sex drive, and you express to your partner early on, hey, you have to keep up with me in the bedroom. I can't settle for nothing less unless something happened to you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got sick, whatever. You know, you might be going through something mentally to where you can't perform as much as I would like you to perform. That's it. Other than that, there's no excuse. Right? You would put that out there early on. So there's no
That's the one I can't
surprise.
be with.
I go sleep. So you
okay.
Yeah, so that's that. There will be no surprises. I feel like it's best to do that so it could be fair across the board with who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
So it's best for you to put it out there. It's best for you to communicate that early on.
And I think it starts with you first, knowing that, okay, this is what I
This
need.
is exactly what. But see, here's the thing, though. Some people can break those.
You didn't watch the movie. You wasn't watching movies in the 90s, but Two can play that game.
Yes.
Where Vivica Fox was talking about, there was a question her homegirls asked. They were like, well, how you know he ain't gonna mess around with another woman? And she broke down like, well, I know this part of him, so he gonna wait this many weeks before he look at another woman. So
got it.
She knew her dude.
Yeah.
You have to know your
it's a matter
person.
of knowing your person.
Yes.
And who you're with.
That was
And
when
like,
she was in her prime.
yeah. Everybody's in their prime.
Yeah.
It was the 90s.
But it was the best time ever.
Yeah.
You had to be there.
Had to show up.
That's basically kind of how I look at it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think people gonna do what they want to do regardless. I think people cheat for different reasons.
Yeah.
But I do believe that, you know, I think some men are just whorish men.
Yeah.
And some men are not. And I think some women are just whorish women and some
have
women
those
are not.
tendencies.
Yeah, it's just in them.
Yeah.
And it goes back to you knowing who you're dealing with. That's like,
true.
to me, cheating is not a deal breaker because, you know, at one point I looked at it like that, but I looked at it like that because, you know, obviously your first heartbreak, you deal with it horribly. But with women, certain women, they'll be very sneaky about what they're doing, and then when they get caught, here comes the excuses, things that you ain't never heard before. You know what I'm saying? No accountability, nothing. So of course that'll change your perception on women and how you're gonna deal with them moving forward. That's why certain men don't bounce back after they get their heart broken, after they get cheated on, because they like, oh, if you did it, all women gonna do it, right? So I understand that aspect of it, but as you get older, you have kids, you know, you go through some real stuff that don't, you know what I'm saying, that don't even, cheating don't even matter no more. That's when you'll change your mind about how that looks. Like for me, I don't look at it as a deal breaker anymore, because now I'm more so concerned about, okay, is my wife if I gotta go out of town, can I trust my wife with my kids? You know what I'm saying? Those things matter to me. While I'm gone, is she's gonna make sure these bills get paid while I'm on the road doing whatever I'm doing? These things matter more to me than just you giving your body to somebody else.
Which is interesting because it goes back to what I said at the beginning. It falls under trust.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why people are so hurt about it.
Yeah.
Because your trust is broken. Like, I've trusted you. You heard what he said. Can I trust my wife to do this? Can I
Exactly.
trust her to do this? And that's all it ever is.
But
That's
can I?
true.
But
as you get older, you think about more important stuff because you go through more real life stuff
exactly.
as you get older.
I got a mortgage now. You think I
You
give
see
a
what
damn
I'm
about?
saying?
I don't care about
like
it no
it's,
more.
it's not a game no more.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
But you also know who you're with.
Yes, I know who I'm
your
with.
person,
Exactly,
yes.
and I know
With,
yes.
I know amongst everything else, she's gonna make sure things get taken care of that need to be taken care of before anything else. Like before something stupid, before she goes spend money on something dumb, she's gonna make sure. Okay, I know we good with this and this and this. She's not going to do that, but it goes back to you knowing who you're dealing with. Now, one thing I can say about my wife, if she ever decided to step out, she going to look me dead in my eye and let me know that she's going to do it. Before she even do it, I trust her enough to know that. So there will be no sneaking around. You know why? Because my wife got a bad memory. So she's better off telling me anyway before she do all of that. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, I think most people are even cheating because there's a need that's not being met.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's really, well, I'm not going to say that's the only reason.
And that's the
but-
thing. People say that the grass is greener on the other side. I feel like it's just water your own grass because you never know what you're stepping into with other people or other influences.
Fab said it best. Sometimes what you think is an upgrade is really just a seat change. And that's the truth.
Well, Tyler Perry did it in Why Did I Get Married? And he did the 80-20 rule. And I believe that. He said you're going to get 80% of what you want in a marriage. Yeah. And the 20% only looks good because you're not getting it.
Exactly.
So I strongly agree with that. Like, nobody's going to fulfill every single thing.
No, they're not.
Exactly.
But they got to fulfill the basics for you. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Like, there's a basic thing they have to hit. Yeah. And I think that's where the communication and the trust comes in at, where it's like, hey, like, I'm feeling this way or you're doing this. Just listen to your partner. Because I think women definitely let you know a little bit before they start. Well, men too. They kind of
you just gotta be open and receive it.
And I think you got to know who you're dealing with.
It depends. You know what? That's the thing too.
That's why I don't like men in the camera. They like too much attention. Yeah, I need you to know how to play with yourself. Not like that.
Yeah. I get
but
what you're
entertain yourself.
Yeah. Well, see, for me, after Wednesday, I'm straight. Yeah. Like I don't need to do the most on social media no more because my part is done. Other than making clips, once I post what I need to post, I'm done for the day.
I don't really post.
I need you to be almost a loner.
Yeah. And that's the crazy
thing. And them the best type of people. Those are the best type of people.
I work well with them.
And that's the crazy thing about me doing this. As much as my wife may dislike me doing this, at the same time, she know I'm coming home. She knows that I'm not hanging out with everybody and their mama multiple times during the week. No, Wednesday is just my day. And then that's it. Everything else, I'm devoted to the family. I'm devoted to my job, whatever. This is not the end all be all. Like, I have a life outside of this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not all about this. My hat goes off to everybody else that can do this and keep the family balance and work. Nah, man, that ain't me. Like, I remember losing balance and I almost lost my wife. So I look, my hat goes off to anybody that keep it together and do all of this, be in front of the camera all day. I can't do this all day. That's why I got a day designated for me. Wednesday, okay? That's it.
So that's it.
Wednesday. That's it. That's all.
That's it.
That's all, folks.
But there are different versions. There are different versions of cheating, though. So what is something that y'all can deal with as far as?
Shaq said that ain't true.
He did. He was very careful on how he answered that question.
Shaq said that is not true.
What's that?
Do you remember the clip that I sent you?
I remember he was careful in what
he said. He treated very lightly.
It was pretty much
emotional
around
cheating. He said it doesn't exist.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, he said emotional cheating doesn't exist.
Do you feel like people cheat because they feel too smothered in a situation and they feel like they just have to get an escape route? Or
I can't really say why people cheat.
Yeah, it's different reasons.
It's different reasons why I think people cheat. Again, I think it has something to do with some form of need.
Listen, gotcha. This is what I've said before. It's need, greed, or balance. Okay? The need is somebody that's, okay, for instance, let's just say somebody's lacking sex. They talk to their wife or don't talk to their wife. They go step out. That's the need. Okay. Then you got the greed. The greedy guy, he getting plenty of sex from his wife. She not lacking in that area at all. But then he like, damn, I want something else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the greedy part. Then you got the balance. The balance is, all right, I'm getting this from my wife sometimes, but she make up for it in other areas. I need somebody else to make up for another area so I can keep my mind right. You know what I'm saying? Just on a day-to-day. You know what I'm saying? Even if that doesn't even entail physical cheating, somebody else has to step in and take my mind off of the everyday bull that I got to go through. So that's the other side. That's the balance part. And I'm not saying that it's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just telling you what I know from being a man that has went through it and other men from what I hear from different conversations. It is need, greed, or balance. So you got men that's going to cheat for various reasons. And sometimes women do it too. But most of the time with women, it's more so of a need than anything else, unless you just married a whore of Babylon. In most cases, you're going to know that you did that. Because where did you find her? Was she at the strip club? Was she at, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying all strippers are out there. I'm just saying, where did you meet your wife? and under what conditions.
So the environment matters.
Absolutely.
Of where you met somebody?
Yeah, I mean that's interesting though, because you can really change a person's perspective. You may have met them somewhere, but they don't choose to stay stagnant because you are now with them and showing them different ways and different places and different things to do. So you might can be that for a person.
Yeah.
Take them out of their old environments, ways and habits. So
yeah, absolutely. And that people sleep on that. People really sleep on that idea, but it's the truth. Now, if you met them if you met somebody at a club or a bar, that's kind of hard to judge because they could just be out hanging with their people. You know what I'm saying? You can't really judge off of that.
I no. People say at a certain time, like if you at a bar or a club, like
you looking to get chose.
Yeah, you see, but
I don't.
It don't always have to be that exactly. Yeah. So
I think it goes all back to the individual. I'm always going to put it back on the individual. Yeah. Like I'm always just going to put that responsibility on that person because you could be getting and I don't necessarily know if it's greed at that point. I think it's like for me it has to be something deeper. Yeah. Because if you're a person that is getting all the things that they want and you're still not satisfied, what's wrong with you? So
greed, exactly.
But where is it? Like
that greed coming from?
Where does that greed come from? Like everything is rooted in our childhood.
There you go.
Right.
It is.
So what is it coming from? Like that's where I'm at.
Like
the psychology behind it. Like what? Because if you, that's just like a person that's a sabotager. That's always sabotaging something good. Where does that come from?
Where does it come from?
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's how I look at it with the whole cheating thing. Because my thing is nobody, at least I'm hoping no one is entering a marriage to say, I'm still gonna cheat.
Right, right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Unless they got married and they...
Yeah, because that's a lot to do to still want to do that.
No, here's the thing. It depends on why they got married in the first place. Some people get married for, don't get me wrong, it is a business transaction, but it's not... it's different. It's different stuff that come along with it. Now, if you go into a marriage saying this is just business, then of course you're gonna cheat. You know what I'm saying? Of course.
Would you still consider that a marriage though? If you look at it solely as a business contract,
if you go through everything that you go through that you normally go through to get married in the eyes of the Lord and all that good stuff, yes.
That's interesting because I guess I just wouldn't go into my marriage thinking that it's a business contract because I feel like over a time that's what it's gonna be treated as.
So as a person who isn't married yet, but I'm around married people and I've been in on some of the married people lives, like it's truly just a mirror of you. Right? Like I've been in the room with people that are married and it's just like somebody might say something
right,
and it's like, dang, why they say it like that? And then if I felt that way, then the other person felt that way, and then it'd be an instant.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, let me check myself. I just said something. You know what I'm saying? Like I think marriage is a constant mirror to yourself and who you are and what you represent. And I say that because you're spending time with somebody and somebody's in your space. Yeah. And if you start getting irritated with that person being in your space, I think you got to look at yourself like, and they're not doing nothing.
Exactly. They're just being.
So then it goes back to you like, well, why are they irritating me?
Yeah.
Why am I disturbed? So that's how I look at the marriage part. I mean, and I look at it as relationships too, right? So I know some people don't take a relationship part serious, but I do, right? Because how you practice is how you're going to play.
Right.
So what I'm doing in this relationship, that's what I'm going to carry over into my marriage. I don't believe, and I've seen it, I don't believe like if you've cheated it throughout your relationship that you just, you get married and it's going to stop. I don't believe that. I believe whatever you're the faithful in the least, you'll be faithful in the much. So however you're treating this relationship and doing things in this relationship, you're going to carry that over into the marriage. I don't believe you say I do, it changes. Yeah. It's going to continue.
Yeah.
And I think
I can see from that perspective.
Some people they're not taking the relationships part serious, but they're not taking that stuff serious because people they don't know what they want or they don't have good intentions. Like they're entering it wrong already.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
So when you know what you want and things like that, and you go enter things differently. Like you're not coming some dudes just want to play.
Yeah,
Yes.
and like I was saying,
Some
like,
dudes just want to play.
it's different versions of cheating, right? You know what I'm saying? Whether Shaq said it exists or
Yeah,
not.
he said emotional cheating doesn't exist because, you know,
You can do without it.
she might be emotionally attached,
Right.
but you are not emotionally attached. So how can I emotionally cheat if I didn't have any emotions attached to her?
But that's debatable though, because at the end of the day, even if you're okay, let's just say I'm emotionally cheating with somebody. If I'm doing it, or if I'm not doing it, but I know they're doing it, isn't that still a form of cheating?
Well, I think we need to clarify cheating because I think cheating is different for everybody.
It's subjective.
Because like some women don't want their men texting other women.
Okay, this is what I believe.
It is different levels.
You know,
to
it's
it.
This is what I believe cheating is. Cheating is whatever you doing behind your significant other's back and they don't know. That's cheating.
That's
to me.
cheating. Yeah.
To sum it up,
Yeah,
that's it.
that's
Yeah,
cheating.
I think that's cheating.
Anything that you can't tell or share or
Even down
Yeah.
to messages.
Yeah.
You can't tell me
Yes,
such
exactly,
text and said this
exactly.
today, then
That's
you
the
shouldn't
thing.
be.
That's
Yeah.
cheating.
But and then it will go back to that trust part.
But see, here's the thing, though. Do you think that that's a insecurity, or do you think that that's just what it is? Like, hey, I don't want
If
this.
Todd's sitting up texting, he's married, and he's sitting up texting other women just for the sake of texting other women.
Yeah.
I don't see how she being insecure.
No. I'm not saying insecure as far as that. I'm saying the men that just don't want any interaction with any female at any.
This is what I've said, and
point.
I've answered this question before. When it comes to the man friends and the female friends and all of that, when you're building with somebody, eventually those relationships kind of fade
That's
and
true.
go into the spaces that they're supposed to go into.
Yeah.
That's something that naturally happens because you're building with this person.
Gotcha.
So quite naturally, no, you're not gonna have male friends to that degree, and he's not gonna have female friends to that degree. And if
Right.
y'all do, they're probably mutual.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know what I'm
because,
saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's just it's not if you naturally like building. What am I about to talk to my male friend about
Exactly.
for real that we're not all friends?
Right.
The
Like you
only
said, that
thing-
mutual.
The only benefit I see that comes from men and women having, female friends as they are building. Sometimes they might need to get advice from these other people because they might be going in the wrong direction.
That's what therapy's for.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, that's another thing. You don't always have to pay somebody to
You need
do
to find
that.
you some friends that's going to school for therapy.
Yeah, but
Say some closing in people.
that's easier said than done though, because sometimes your friends can be your therapy. Now, I'm not saying
I
go
just
to them
like
all
it.
the time. I'm not saying it's as soon as we get into it, I gotta call them. No, it ain't
Yeah.
gotta be like that.
gotta-
If y'all are around the same age, I can see why that maybe would be shaky. But if you go to maybe an older friend or whatever, they may be able to, shine some light for you or help you through situations.
I do think I don't think you should be getting it from single people.
Oh,
Yes.
no, okay.
I don't think you should be getting it from
Right.
anybody that's single.
Right. Okay.
So for me, and I'm praying that I get this because this is what I want. I'm praying that I do have a married couple that done been through some stuff,
Right.
that can at least be mentorship. So when
Yeah.
something's happening or going on, I can go to that woman and her husband about what's going on. I'm not
Yeah.
going to a single person.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
I would rather go to a divorced person.
I can
than
see
a
why
single
people
person.
say
I'm
that.
not going
And that's
to-
why I was saying
No,
somebody
I would go to
older
a
that has went through that and able
Yeah,
to tell you, like,
because
here's the look
I'll
out.
go to a divorced person because a divorced person, especially if they've been married over 10 years, they got some skin in the game to say, hey, look, this is where I went wrong.
Yeah.
I see you going down the same path. Don't do this
I
if
can
you want
agree
your
with
marriage
that.
to work.
But it has to be a person that sees the same thing for you and you know what I'm saying, because I do think you have to be careful with who you're listening to.
That's true.
And for me, if I am married, if another woman cannot have my husband's ear. So no, you cannot have you cannot have like he's a kid, but no, female friends wear.
Yeah, exactly.
Female friends wear because
I know a lot of women
That's the
don't.
danger of another woman having my man's ear. No,
Yep.
the answer is no,
Yeah.
and vice versa for him. He shouldn't want another man to have my ear, and that is what people don't understand.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like you think that you're trying to control me. I can't have friends. I can't have friends. No. It has nothing to do with having friends. Who has your ear?
Yeah.
It's levels. It's
It
levels.
is.
And that ear is not going to be in this relationship.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that.
So if you're not dealing with other people that's keeping the marriage tight and together, then I don't need your advice. I don't want your advice.
Got you.
And this is why I say it, therapists, if they're the good ones, they're looking at it objectively. You know what I'm saying?
Linda said, I think relationships need to keep a tight circle and keep others out.
Exactly.
I'm with you
I
on
agree.
that.
So that's why I'm saying when it comes to that friendship
That's
stuff,
gonna help with that longevity.
no,
Yeah.
ain't no new friends.
Yeah.
Essentially.
You know what
and
I'm
like you
saying?
said, if anything, they'll be mutual.
And be honest
So-
with you, sometimes the old friends can cause some drama between
And
y'all.
this is why
That's
you gotta have
true.
somebody that don't know you.
Because they
Yeah.
know you at
Yeah.
that age and stage in your life, and you've grown,
Yeah.
since then.
Yeah,
So some
no.
people still try to keep you in that vibe.
And I'm with you on that too, Brittany. About going to therapy.
Yeah.
I think that somebody that don't know you hearing your story is gonna tell you about yourself from a different lens and get y'all to work on each other. So I definitely agree.
because they're
with the-
unbiased.
But I
Yeah.
think the most important thing for relationships and all relationships is to keep your ego out of it.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think so many people are having difficulties with
Yeah.
this because ego is in it.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, do you want to be right or do you want to be understood?
Yes, no, I want to be understood.
Yeah.
Do
I want
I
to be
do you?
understood.
And I ask people
that
all
was
the
the
time,
question
like,
that was posed. Yeah.
do you
Yeah.
want to be right or do you want to be understood? And my
Yeah.
thing is, I want my partner to just to understand me. Like I don't
Yeah.
have to be right, but just
pick your battles
Just
so you
kind
can
of
win the war.
understand how I'm like why I'm feeling this way. Like you might not get it at 100%, but just try to be open
Yeah.
and try to see it from
understanding.
my side of it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I definitely get that. I think a lot of relationships fail in that department. A lot of relationships fail because they don't try to understand each other. One person want to be right. One person just don't want to take accountability. No, listen to what this person is saying. Understand who you're with. A lot of people get lost in the person that they're with. Like they don't pay attention to them. Like you're gonna grow in relationships, and if you're not growing, y'all gonna fall apart at some point.
well, you should be growing
So
as a person.
you gotta grow.
Yeah,
you
that's
gotta
true.
grow. So I think you gotta start paying. People gotta start paying attention and understanding who that person was and who that person is becoming, and that will help your relationship go further.
Well, I like what Miss Linda said. She said a divorced person can also give bad advice.
True.
Also, everyone doesn't have good intentions, especially if they're divorced. And I agree because they
That's
bitter.
true. So I would
Yeah.
say some can be very
Some can be
bitter,
very bitter.
and stop people from getting to that stage. Like they'll just tell you all of the negative things. So
Yeah.
I can understand her perspective, but I can also understand yours by saying like, hey, I can tell you what to maybe look out for.
Yeah.
Some people who are divorced, they are they don't count them out. They're looking to one day try again.
Yeah,
but
especially if they are. If they not, I don't.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, they may be looking to try again, but this time they have life experience that they are
Exactly.
going from. They not just going with it fresh.
It's somebody from somebody that's been divorced before. Like I could give somebody advice when it come down to. I gave somebody one day. I gave them advice one day about going to counseling, and I remember when I was with my ex, we went to counseling. The counselor basically told us how we were both wrong, but when it started to steer more so her being wrong, she didn't want to go to counseling no more.
Yeah.
And I told one of my boys, I
Ego.
said, "Hey,
Yeah.
I said, hey man,
He's like, I just said that.
I said, hey bro, if you take this woman to counseling and she decides that she does not want to go to counseling no more because after so many times, that's a red flag. You need to let that relationship go, only because she doesn't want to get told that she's wrong, whether it's by you or a third party." And he was like, you know what? You right. I probably do need to let this relationship go. I said, but try again. Don't just hurry up and let it go just because of what I said. Put the test to hold it to the fire. Tell her, hey, we going back to counseling, no matter if you want to go back or not. And I was right. So
I try not to tell people to let things go. I
Yes.
just try to plant the seed so they can see
Yeah.
for themselves
Yeah.
because you don't never want that to go back on you.
oh no, see that's the thing. I don't care because I'm a straight shooter.
It goes
you,
deep.
you have to care because it's you have to, and the reason why is because seeds are being planted.
Yeah, but
So you have to be careful with that.
No, you're right to a certain extent. See, I don't care because I know my intentions are good. So that's when I let it go, like, because my emotions not behind it.
Yeah.
I'm telling them this off of experience.
Yeah.
Hey, look, if you got a woman that you go into counseling with and automatically she want to stop because she's getting told that she's wrong, that's not a good look, my
Yeah,
guy.
and I would leave it at that.
You know
Like
what
I
I'm
say,
saying?
say like that's something you kind of want to pay attention
Yeah,
to.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I don't know. I take it serious, and I guess because I understand certain things about it. But I wanted to read what Melvin said.
What up,
he
my
said
guy?
It's hard to just cut everyone off just because you meet someone you like, and that's not necessarily that's not what I'm saying.
That's true.
What I'm not saying that you cut everybody off. What I'm saying is the more you build with who you like, people will naturally start to fall off.
Yeah.
It's just like your friendships. You are building a life. You got to make plans and dinner dates.
You're not that
with your
person
anymore.
anymore.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just with your friends like, hey, what you doing? I'm about to come over. Because you're building something. So I'm not saying that you're gonna cut everybody off. What I'm saying is the more you start putting into that relationship, the more people will fall off.
Yeah,
that's true. And Melvin, I think that's more so in a place of y'all are together at this point.
Yeah, like that's
not
what
just
I'm
like,
about.
Hey, initial attraction. Yeah, I like you. So.
Yeah,
but I get what he's saying though. See, what he's probably speaking from the perspective of, oh, I'm with this person, but now she wants me to cut everybody off.
Yeah,
that's been around.
Now that's
been around already.
See,
like that's not. I've been through that
that's
before.
Different.
That's
cool.
what I was talking about.
That's not
some
cool.
women are very territorial, and they're like, "Hey, I don't want you to have nobody from the past, nobody from nobody."
No, like, that's different. But I've seen, if he really, into you and interested in doing things with you, he sets those boundaries for other people.
That's true,
and that's what I'm more so paying attention to, because as women, and we know they can get disrespectful.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And they do it on purpose. Again, what's most important to me is who has your ear.
Yeah.
I don't want no other woman having my man's ear, and I don't want no other man having my ear. And that's why it's important of who you're being advised by, because who are you following? Because who you following, that's where you're going.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
So that's why it's important of who you're getting counsel from. I don't like the direction you're going in. I don't want to hear you.
Yeah.
And sometimes too much counsel is bad and confusion. So you want to be particular with who you're getting counsel from.
Yeah, because you say it's just tools.
Yeah,
that's
it. Tools to help.
Yeah. But I don't want to.
You actually have to do the.
But
work.
I don't want to hear everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not going to get advice from everybody, and I'm not going to talk to everybody because everybody cannot have my ear.
I just told one of my homies. I told him, like, listen, stop talking to everybody. Get information from all these different places. You need to. First of all, you need to have a mind of your own. And secondly, you can't go to everybody giving all this information out and then getting all this advice. You're not going to know which way to go, because in a sense, everybody can be right. And then you really not going to know which way to go, or which foot you want to start off with first. So it's best for you to sit down with yourself for a minute, try to come up with a plan, and try to execute that plan before going to anybody else if you cannot execute it yourself. But I definitely wouldn't advise you to go to multiple different people for one problem. You're going to get lost. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah. It's confusion. And it brings too much confusion to yourself. So I think it's just important to just kind of, Melvin, you're right, setting boundaries. But, the boundaries start with you. I'm always going to put that responsibility back on me. Like, I have to take responsibility for myself, because this is my life.
And you got to be okay with being a victim when you do set those boundaries, because a lot of people are not going to understand why you're doing it. They're not going to, want to accept it or respect it, but it's necessary for those boundaries to be put in place and set.
But they have to be boundaries that's going to continue for me to grow, not hinder. Because some people are setting boundaries because they're being hindered. So that's why you got to be careful, because some people are setting boundaries.
Yeah, but you're setting them for the other person.
I'm setting them for myself.
Right, I'm saying.
No, I'm not setting the boundary for the other person.
You're setting it for the other person that you're talking to. Like, hey, this is my boundary. I'm setting this.
I set it for me.
But you're not the one that's following that boundary. The other person will
Yes,
be.
I am, because
I
set the boundary for myself.
Right.
That's why people don't get it. Starts with you.
I get it, but
it's not for you. This boundary is set for me.
Got you. And I look at an apology like that.
I honor my boundary, so you are going to respect it because I honor it and I respect it.
Now, I agree with that.
That's what I'm saying. So,
but again, for them to honor it, you had to put it in place, which means
but it
that
starts
boundary.
With you.
Yeah,
I think you're getting caught up on the wordplay.
Maybe, maybe.
The reason why she's putting emphasis on start,
to you?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Because
I get what you're saying.
At the end of the day, if it starts with you, that means you hold the power of where you want things to go. So if I'm holding the power where I want it to be, if I got a standard that I'm good, I'm not trying to go any further with, then that means that person need to follow. Simple. Okay. And if you don't want to follow it, bye.
Right. And I that's why I said what I said with Melvin, because some people put the boundaries up and then push people away. That's why I said, so some of the boundaries, you got to be careful with them boundaries, because some of those people are putting up boundaries. Those are walls. Yeah. So I think it's a difference between a boundary and a wall.
I feel like it's one within the same.
It's not,
because that's essentially what you're doing. You're putting a wall up to a certain extent.
I can't. So
it's different. It's different wall sizes.
I'm about to give you. This is a boundary.
Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm. So somebody can
go on either
cross
side
it if they want to.
This is the wall.
You keep hitting.
They're hitting it. They don't see nothing. At least with this, everything is open. So a wall and a boundary is totally different. You can't see nothing on the other side of this wall.
Correct. And that just depends on that level of boundary. Because some people be like, hey, I'm only going to rock with you to a certain extent. Like, hey, I can still talk to you, but we're not going to talk.
How can I talk?
All day.
How can we talk if that's in the way?
Exactly.
I can still hear you. But I get what you're saying, though. But I'm just saying, though.
So Linda said, I have male friends, but when I got married, they became our friends. And that's exactly what Brittany was saying. Like,
I won't tell you to talk to Miles through the wall.
I can still hear him.
I want you to talk to him though. I want y'all to have.
But that right there.
I want you to have intimacy with him through the wall.
But I'm saying that right there could be the boundary though, right? I don't have to see you, but I can still talk to you from time to time. I can hear you, but we're not gonna be like this.
So how you create intimacy when that's right there?
That's the boundary that was set.
How? But how do you have intimacy with your partner if that wall's right there?
Would you have mental?
Well, see, here's the thing: the boundary for me wouldn't be with my partner; it would be with other people. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think.
Okay, so let me ask you something. Both of y'all. Let me ask you. Well, no, actually, B, I know where you stand. You, Telly.
You a little shaky.
No. Listen.
I want to create intimacy with this wall.
You get into a relationship, Telly.
Okay.
Right. You get into a relationship. Dude, don't say nothing to you about. How he don't want you to have male friends and all that type of stuff, right? But then you get in this relationship with him, y'all taking each other serious, all that good stuff. Everything is great until your phone ring. It's a guy. You don't answer out of respect for your dude.
Yeah.
But once you don't answer, it starts an issue between you and him about who's calling you, why they calling you.
Right.
How do you handle that situation?
That's tough. Because some people feel like, well, I don't know. That's tough. Because if it's nothing, it shouldn't be no issue with answering and putting it on the floor and being like, hey, well, what you need, what you want. Because I can see how not answering would cause the problem, would cause the conflict. Because then it becomes, oh, well, why you can't answer? Or what did you not want to talk about around me? So I feel like the most respectful thing to do is to just answer. Yeah. Especially if y'all on that level, y'all here, y'all trust each other. Okay. What's wrong with answering? That means that keeps the conflict down in the household. It leaves that level of trust open. So now you like, okay, that was just such and such. And now you're kind of, keeping me abreast of things. I don't feel like that's an issue.
Okay. Now, have you had a situation where it became an issue for you to have male friends?
Yes.
Okay, what happened? Like how what was the start of that foolishness?
Social media. Social media was probably the start of it. The likes.
Wait a minute.
The likes.
Wait a second.
I'm confused.
Pause.
We're gonna keep it moving.
No. Telly, we cannot do this.
Please reverse the card.
So y'all got into it. You and your former boyfriend got into it because of likes,
comments.
Wait, so people were liking his stuff, or they were liking your stuff?
Her stuff. But like, who the hell? Yeah, it was her stuff. So wait a minute. So wait.
No, we're not.
No, Telly, wait. I'm sorry. Listen, let's just stay here for 1 second, please. So y'all got into it in the beginning because of social media.
It wasn't even in the beginning.
Okay, whatever. But okay, at some point in your relationship, it became an issue because niggas was liking your picture or post.
Mm-hmm. He must have been falling short somewhere
too frequently.
So he got a little creepy himself and actually looked through the likes. Why?
Wait a minute. Too frequently. So does that mean it was a particular someone that was liking a lot of something?
It wasn't just one person. It was just like literally like, hey, I don't like that. And I'm like, okay.
Here's why I think men and women get lost. Let me say this.
I feel like it's something deeper there.
Let me say this, and we're gonna get right back to it.
Thank you.
It didn't happen.
I think men and women get lost in forgetting that just because y'all found each other attractive, don't get lost in the thinking that nobody else finds y'all attractive. So I think that's a problem. Just because y'all together now, y'all just started a relationship or marriage, whatever the case may be, don't think, oh, everybody else's eyes is closed. They're no longer attractive. Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy if y'all think that.
That goes back to your person too. Because if dudes feeding into that and females feeding into that, like it goes back to your person.
Yeah,
like,
so do you guys feel
I might get a like
today,
it's the person get a like tomorrow?
Exactly. Or do you feel like the weight is put on how the person reacts or what the other person does?
Wait, what?
Pretty much if somebody does say something or whatever, is it how your significant other responds?
Yeah,
or is it what the person
it's
does
just how
or
your
how they
significant
approach
other
it?
responds. Everything is how that person responds. Because people gonna try you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just gotta expect that.
Because people are gonna try you, so they want to see how far you can go, and if you don't,
Absolutely.
And then they know, like, oh, okay, I ain't gonna say that to them. I ain't gonna do this with them.
Everything with women is a test, okay? Especially when you get in a relationship with them. Telly, you look like a tester, and Brittany, I know you one, but you're more so.
She's a subtle.
Action. No, you're more of an action tester. Telly's one of them. She's one of them silly ass mentalists. She like to play mind trickery and manipulation.
I just
games.
have to see.
So I understand why y'all do it because y'all gotta see. Y'all need to see what y'all.
I don't think that everything is a test or a game.
I don't be testing.
Okay.
I feel like dudes test.
Listen,
because dudes would be the first one to be like, "Oh, dang, I'm not
first
able
of all,
to."
I'm gonna pass the test because I did very well in school. But that ain't even it. I'm not testing because nine times out of 10, when somebody shows you who they are, believe.
Yeah. Telly, let's start.
Not about to test.
Let's get to the comments again. Start with Sean's because his was hilarious.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. Because these comments, they in on the comments
coming through.
So Sean said, "A man at my church going to tell me I need to slow down and get married. Next thing I see, he left his wife and moved out of state. True story." Exactly, but maybe Sean, he saw something in you that he didn't see in himself.
That's possible.
But I can see Sean P. If he had him something nice and decent, he would definitely want to
settle down.
I don't see him not wanting to settle down.
I feel like ideally everybody wants to settle down. I haven't talked to one person that said like, "Oh no, I don't want to do that."
Yeah.
Now some people may be more reluctant to because of the trauma and experience that they went through. Some people be like, "No, I ain't doing that again."
And that's why I believe everything goes back to you.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that don't say they want to be married, but they don't want to be alone either. They rather just be in a relationship. Go ahead, keep reading.
No, Tom says Shan talk through walls, leave her alone.
She wants to talk to. I mean, think about it. If she really go back and think about like these are things that you want.
Yeah, I'll call you later.
I know you will. Right. Because you want this man to do all these things, but you got a freaking brick wall up there. So how he's supposed to engage and talk to you? That's why it's a difference between the boundary and the wall.
Cal said breaking through walls and multiple other people is a exercise in fertility.
Yeah.
I get that point. I get it too.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
And Carlson said, I've dealt with that with an ex-girlfriend. It's a double-edged sword, whether you answer or not. I can understand that, Carlson. But for me, I was just saying to eliminate the tussle or whatever in the house or just the disagreement, just answer.
I would.
I would too.
I would.
Listen, I don't have.
Because some people be like, answer it for me.
And if I don't, I'll call back. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to prove that it ain't necessary.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm just not trying to interplan all of that stuff. I feel like cheating and all that stuff, it's too much work.
Yeah, Carlton also said if your woman in the relationship feels like she's top priority, then she should be okay. That's true too.
That's true.
That's true. That's true.
Listen, I'm not trying to put all that work in. It's already bad enough working with myself, and then I gotta work with you. That's why I'm not interested in doing all that extra stuff. I told you last night on the phone.
Yeah.
If a dude tell me, hey, I'm about to go to the grocery store, he at the grocery store.
That's
I'm not trying to figure out where this nigga at.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what he doing.
Yeah.
He at the grocery store. Dang it, I don't know.
Do you
Yeah.
I'm not about to
That's what he told me.
Doing it. That's what he told me, and that's what people be messing up.
Because that's how you can go.
He lied.
You can lose your mind like that.
I don't know if he's lying, and I have to trust it until I can't.
Right. Now, let me ask y'all something. Have y'all ever been tricked, like, into thinking that y'all really knew somebody until something else happened?
You don't know nobody.
Okay.
Then don't ever think you gonna know somebody.
It goes back to what Britt said.
I feel like I'm still learning who my wife is.
Yeah, when a person shows you.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how it's supposed to be. As you grow, you are supposed to change. So
we don't.
Yeah, but I'm talking about being tricked. I'm not talking about growth.
Meaning, like they pretended to be something that they weren't.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think everybody.
I feel like everybody is that to a certain extent.
Sweetie,
wait a minute. So wait,
when you met me them 2 years ago, I have been the same.
You're lying. Well, it's different because we're not talking about it from a relationship perspective. Right. From a relationship perspective, a guy would try to wine and dine and do all the extras and try to play a part to get you.
So then that goes back to intention.
Yeah,
because
his intention can be pure, but he just know he can't come with his regular day.
But see how y'all make things different, right? Because for me, a relationship is a relationship. Whether I have a relationship with Shani or I have a relationship with my man, what do I have to do in a relationship? I have to call Shani. I have to make time with Shani. Yeah. We have to go places. We have to talk. We have to communicate. We have to do brunch. We have to do mimosas. So what I'm saying is, I'm putting work into that friendship.
Yeah.
And I get that.
But it's still a relationship.
Absolutely.
And it's the same with my man. Okay. It's still a relationship. Now, the intentions have changed because I don't want to sleep with you.
Exactly. That's what I said. The intentions is...
You didn't say that. You never said that.
Got him.
You didn't say that.
But I mean, essentially,
replay.
That was my intention to say.
No, that wasn't.
We're talking about relationship, not friendship. Because the things that you would do in a relationship.
The thing is, you keep separating as if it's two different things.
It's you can have different relationships, but relationships are different.
There's levels to relationships.
Like it's just like a relationship with your kids, a relationship with your spouse, a relationship with friends, business partners.
What is the basis of all the relationships? What is the basic thing?
You.
And you have to put time into them.
Yeah.
You have to work in all of them.
Yeah, but you're not gonna give.
You gotta do your part.
But you're not gonna give all the equal amount of time.
No.
You wanna know why? Because the intention has now changed.
My intention was pure and always good with all relationships. It's just I don't have.
When I'm talking about your intention, what I mean from that is, what do you want from that relationship? That's what I mean by intention.
Okay.
Because you want something different from them kids. You want them to go wash them dishes.
That's true.
You want
That's
something different from your man.
I gotta ask y'all something.
And you can get that because the relationship is different.
I gotta
the
ask y'all something.
intention is different.
And I gotta ask the audience too. Y'all can chime in as well.
I'm about to give you my acting book.
Do y'all know? Do y'all think y'all would know, like, while y'all in a relationship? You know, y'all give me the impression that y'all love hard. So, do y'all think while y'all in a relationship, y'all would know? Yeah. Y'all would know if somebody is about to cheat.
Almost definitely.
Before they cheat.
Well, y'all are very routine.
And when that changes,
when your routine change, antennas is going all the way up.
It is.
Okay.
Because it's 5:32. He ain't called.
Yeah.
What this nigga doing?
Oh, okay. So y'all believe that all men just follow
y'all
the same?
Are routine based.
Y'all are routine.
That's one of the first indicators. Y'all routine change.
Y'all don't recognize it, but y'all always in a routine. But y'all like it.
Structure.
Y'all like it. It's structure.
Okay.
Y'all like me and y'all operating. Now women,
it's a little different.
It's all over the place.
A little different, but yes.
One day you might hit the gym. One day it might be Pilates. Yeah, I get it.
But like, okay, he came home. He usually do this. He usually do that. He didn't do that.
Yeah.
And essentially, you may not even say nothing in the beginning. You may just wait. You're gonna wait,
right?
And it might just maybe today he was a little off.
I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt.
I'm gonna let it slide today, but I watched it.
Yeah, but don't think you bought the ice skate.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah,
It's very simple. He flipped his phone down today. Usually he keeps his phone up.
No, these are the little things that we pay attention to as women.
Oh, he put it down today.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, he talking a lot today. He usually don't talk that much. Something's going on. Yeah, it's little stuff. We don't. Yeah.
So,
it sounds crazy, but it's
okay,
real.
listen,
If you into your man, you pay attention.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. If y'all love her, so y'all gonna be in tune if y'all love her.
Yeah.
Now this is what I want. This is another thing too. That the flipping the phone down, that is a clear indicator that something ain't right.
Okay, I thought you was about to stick up for the man. I was no.
But I'm saying like that's
a clear indicator. That's on both ends.
I keep my phone down all the time. But that's because it's a light on there.
Yeah, a blinder.
So I like to see the light.
Like my God.
So that's why my phone is down because of the light.
Okay.
Yeah. Even at night, if it's ringing, I can find it. My alarm, it's the light. That's why my phone is down. But it's little things like that. But like my ex. I don't like to give him too much time, but I knew something was happening because, like, his cologne changed or something. He did. It was like,
because who taught you that?
Why are you concerned today? Like,
who taught you this?
Yeah, somebody said that.
See,
this was
who taught you this?
You mess up with somebody.
Because I can't think of the person's name. He's like, yeah, you must have a woman or something like that. I said, who? And he was like, yeah, I forgot her. And I was like, okay, yeah. And I was
because that's the part of the story that you held on to.
I was like, okay. But I didn't respond. I didn't react. It was just like,
and I think that's where a lot of women mess up when they peep something switched up. I think a lot of women mess up and teach dudes how to cheat on them. They talk too much.
No, they was doing it already.
No. But here's the thing. Like you two,
I'm trying to give my secret away, but I'm not gonna do it.
But you two actually know how to take notes and shut up until it's time to not shut up. Some women are act right off the bat and start saying what they need to say.
Yeah, because they're gonna be like, who? Why she talking to you?
Exactly.
For me, I laughed because I was like, wait, what'd you say?
Yeah,
and
did I catch that?
He said her name, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
She choosing.
Melvin said a woman will work to get you, but won't work to keep you. Fake as fuck. Now listen.
Sorry, that goes both ways.
Wait. Hold on. Let me.
Goes both ways.
Melvin, you right. But that's not with women. Those be master splinters. Those be little girls. Those are not women. Women are gonna they're gonna stay consistent. A woman, and even if she fall off, if you man enough to let her know she falling off, she gonna jump back on it and get right because she don't want to lose you, and she know that she can, especially when you know who you are as a man. Trust me. And
Melvin said if he off, check on him because he might not be cheating. He might just be going through something.
Life hitting me hard.
Real.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. Like, it's not a.
That's why we don't say nothing at
like,
first.
You don't
we
say
observe.
anything right away. You're supposed to observe. But the reason why is that's what women do. Like, we protect.
Yeah.
So, like, we always watching our men and what's going on. My biggest thing is the ear. Period.
Got you.
Who has his ear?
Yeah.
There you go.
And if I don't have
big.
it, who has it?
That's real. Carlton said people will always have a representative form of themselves. Some can keep up with certain facades with more than others. I agree with Brittany though. Lying is a ton of work.
Yeah.
And if you tell a lie once, I have 400 more to cover the original one that I told. That is a lie.
I got too much going on.
That is a lie. You
Listen, my ex was brutal. I just don't want to go with you today to the mall. And I used to be like, dang, you're the rules. So he was like, I just don't. Like, I just don't want to go with you to the mall.
At least he honest, because think about it. If he would have came and then been giving off that dry energy.
But the thing is, he did come.
Oh, and he had the dry energy.
And you had this energy like... and I'm like, why did you come? Because you didn't have to mess up my mall.
But he didn't want to make you upset.
But you had already told me that you didn't want to come, so why are you coming?
Because you were upset.
I wasn't upset. I was going to go shop.
Okay. Wait. When he told you he didn't want to go, what did you say to him? What was your reaction?
I'm about to go.
He like, no, let me grab my shoes too.
He was probably thinking that I was going to be upset, but little did he know, I really didn't care.
Oh, see, I thought you did the spoil thing.
I don't know. I feel like he just tried to protect peace at that moment. He like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and put my shoes on.
I don't do the spoil thing, just to let you know, because I felt judgment.
I don't know. I kind of do. I don't know. I kind of do.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I'm not going to whine. I'm going to hit you with the, okay, I'm going to do it anyway.
And that will throw dudes off and be like, Okay. Let me put my shoes on. We're going together. Let's go. Cause okay.
Say, but wait a minute. If he still win, his energy shouldn't have been dry. Because if I didn't want
no, because he don't really want to do it. I'm telling you, he was trying to protect the peace.
You about to walk around and you ain't gonna
just look at the booty. You'll be all right.
I'm telling you, you have to pick your battles to win the war.
I'd much rather go shopping with my mama anyway.
Yeah,
because you're not gonna give me the energy I need when I'm trying to.
You like this? Yeah, it's all right.
I mean, I don't mind going with my wife depending on what I'm going for.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going for actual clothes, that's different. I would love to have her to come along because she's great at stuff like that. She'll have me wear something that I wouldn't even want to wear. Like these stupid shorts she keep talking about. She want me to see me in the summer.
What stupid shirts? I'm about to tell you if they stupid now. What are they?
You know the ones you talk about. The niggas. You know what the ones.
The shirts. What shirts?
No,
the shorts.
Oh,
yeah. I was gonna say,
I like a little thigh meat.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all.
Yeah,
that's because your man can't do it.
Just put on the Nike ones.
Yours is gonna be booty shorts on your man. I like a little thigh.
That was such a bad bitch.
If you got a little thigh meat shoe, let it. You want to see my thighs?
Yes.
I want to see your
Yes. Shout out to the athletics.
Yeah, baby, I love it.
Yeah, thank God I be in the gym. But anywho,
I don't know.
Yeah, but no. Other than that, but if I'm going shopping for shoes or something else, like something light, you know what I'm saying? I don't need.
Because guys don't like to really be in a mall long. They go in there for one thing. They already looked it up before they got online.
Going to the mall.
Call before they got there.
Not manipulation, y'all. I said okay. Did nobody ask you to go?
And that's what I said, Britt. That okay.
In fact, he created an argument because your energy is messed up.
I ain't gonna lie, I would have too.
And I said it.
I would have created an argument.
I wish you would have stayed home. I didn't ask you. I mean, you said you didn't want to come. You didn't have to come.
Yeah.
Now you messing up my vibe.
I would have started an argument too because I would have still been at okay.
I see why y'all not together no more. Thank God. You weeded him out. Because that was some bullshit.
Fell off.
That was some bullshit.
I mean, because the argument got started now because you didn't brought your negative energy.
Yeah.
If you said you wasn't going, I said okay. I'm about to go.
Yeah, but you just said okay. That's just like saying okay with the period. Yeah. That's worse.
But I didn't.
And it's lowercase.
I didn't say okay. I just said okay.
Okay.
Cool. I said okay. Cool.
You said okay. Cool.
I didn't walk off with an attitude.
Okay.
I didn't shut the door.
Was he light skinned?
Unfortunately.
Oh, that explains everything.
Sorry, because light skinned dudes are emotional ninjas.
Yeah, Tom. I'm sorry. Those the shorts my wife keep talking about, but I
Tom, the hoochie daddy shorts are nice. You can actually wear a pair.
Don't wear them for me. I'm not wearing no hoochie mama shorts, so don't wear hoochie daddy shorts.
Listen, ain't nothing. Honestly, I don't have to go to the mall with you dudes. Like, if we want, the only way I really want to go is if I'm going to get your outfit together, or I might need you for sizing purposes. But if I'm going with you, we are going in for one thing.
That's it.
And one thing only, because I want to get some pretzels. I want to get my cinnamon.
I just want to chill.
I want to walk around and
not all fast.
I want to be bothered.
Yeah.
When I go to the mall, I like to be in and out, dog. If I know what I'm going for,
that's a guy.
That's it.
That's a guy.
I don't like the
we see things along the way that we weren't expecting to see.
Oh my God.
You buying that? You spending that? I don't want to hear that.
Don't worry about it.
Because my wife is responsible, so I don't care what she buy.
Okay.
I don't really care about that because
give him a hand clap. I like men that talk like that.
I don't mind that because to me, she need to go buy more stuff. You know, to be honest.
Okay, look, you said turn it up.
Yeah.
Men, do y'all hear that?
Yeah.
That's what we want to hear.
Go shop some more.
Go
and
buy.
I'm tell you that I'm not selfish. I'm gonna get you something too.
Oh, look at.
Yeah.
Now look at that.
You want a cinnamon too, boo?
Stay on the way out. It's still hot.
No, I'm like that. I will buy you something too. But
Carlton said malls are for ladies and kids. That's interesting.
Yeah. No, the kids can stay at home with you. Let me go shop. You can't shop with the kids.
The kids be crying.
Man, every time I go shop.
Melvin said men pick up things, women shop. Yeah, absolutely. That's the truth.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Y'all will pick up one thing and leave with nothing.
Yeah, I'm shopping.
Yeah,
and I'm coming out with something.
Yeah,
Tone, you responded exactly how I thought you would.
See, I'll go even if I window shop.
Tone is a hot mess.
And another thing.
What up, Del? Calling you on the air. Yo, what's up?
Tell me, Brittany don't sound like the lady off Strictly Business.
Which one? He ain't got no APC.
Stand here, hold this.
That's
watch
gonna
me
be
put this
real.
Oh
on.
no, I wouldn't do that.
No,
And if you don't go, it's a problem.
no, Brittany straightforward to me.
I'm definitely straightforward.
When she broke down how she responded when dude said he didn't want to go to the mall,
Okay.
that
You
was
ain't got. Listen, you're not doing me any favors.
right.
She had
was
a
too
problem with it
calm.
though.
No, she didn't.
She was
didn't.
too calm.
She had a
I
problem.
didn't have a
No,
problem.
she didn't have a problem. The problem came in because she was calm.
telling you,
that
the
little
calmness.
soft ass light skinned dude she was with, he clearly was like, oh no, she doesn't feel any type of way. I must go and
I'm
have an
putting
attitude.
my shoe
That's what happened.
on.
That's what happened.
I'm
No,
putting my
I'll
shoe
be
on.
honest. I
Listen.
was cool with it.
Listen,
'cause-
God didn't.
Hey, Ty,
God-
he capitulated, Ty.
yeah, listen, God.
Cause why you cool with it?
God did not make enough Britneys, and that's the problem. That's the problem right there. It's not too many women that are straight shooters like her, and he couldn't deal with it. His skin started turning different complexions. That's what the problem was. It was not Brittany.
I mean, because if
I'm
you say
telling
you gonna call me back, you gonna call me back.
Take
Okay.
it, listen, Cal,
See-
take it from somebody Cal, take it from somebody that's married to a Leo. My wife and Brittany have a lot in common.
Listen.
When they say okay,
I said
they
okay.
mean okay.
I meant it.
Trust me.
I meant okay.
See, for me, okay, I'm not okay with
That's
okay.
because you like to play mind trickery.
you
sorry.
said what?
Is the mall coming back up later?
He said the mall.
Is the
the
mall
mall?
coming back up later
Is the
on?
mall coming back up later?
Oh, like is she gonna bring it back up?
Yeah, that's what he mean.
Yeah, you.
Oh,
Talking about Shanny.
maybe.
No, Brittany. No, you talking
Oh,
about
you said is the mall coming back up later?
The Woody hair came back up later.
Pretty much that
afterwards.
he didn't go if
Yeah.
he would
Oh,
not
I'm
have
just not
went.
gonna ask you no more.
Yeah, see? That's it.
That
But
was
then,
the
but
other
Ty,
day.
Ty. That's where the fake justification come in. That she gonna when she get caught out walking the mall with another guy. That's where it comes from.
No, because she's
I'm
not gonna do
not.
that.
You didn't want to go.
No. The question is, we about to go. I'm about to go to the mall. You ain't asked me. Well, the last time I asked you, you didn't want to go, so I assume you don't want to go. I'm not gonna keep.
Exactly.
What if it was that day?
I'm not gonna.
Why?
No, I'm not gonna keep asking you.
Yeah.
You already said
Why,
no.
why did she make it such a permanent decision?
Because
He made
Based off the last choice.
I don't want to go to the mall with you.
exactly.
Instead of just saying, "Hey,
Didn't
not
you-
today."
and
I
that's
want to go to the mall.
Cal, you gotta look at the response too. The response was filth.
Honest with me.
It was filth.
What?
Oh,
It was.
Okay.
I don't want to go to the mall with you. Like that's how he said it. So it's like
See what I'm saying? He
Oh,
responded.
well, see, he was on a whole different level anyway.
He
Because
that's
responded.
what I
at the end of the day,
if he was to respond like, "No, babe, I don't want to go today." Okay, you don't want to go
Right.
today.
There you
Then
go.
I will ask you again. But for you to say, "I don't want to go to the mall with you,"
Thanks, my
okay, my nigga, I ain't never asked you to go to the mall.
that's
with
it.
me.
That's
I'm
all.
not ever gonna ask you again. Never.
he must didn't want to be out in public with you or something.
No, he just was being a douchebag because he would get in his light skin emotional tendencies,
oh.
and that's why.
Oh wow,
He was on his period too.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what it was.
wow.
That's all it was. That's what it sounded like to
Wow.
me. And Tone, you right. She do need some chocolate in her life. I agree. You know what I'm
Oh, go
saying?
ahead, baby. Go ahead. Let me get off this phone.
Indeed.
I wanted to do the little,
Well,
but
I
I
do
didn't.
like Hershey's. I like Snickers.
Because you're not you when you're hungry.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of stuff can be
But
eliminated
that's
with
not
women.
manipulation.
Nah.
It's just
It's not.
It depends.
Telly, I get
It
why
can
you
be.
think, I get why you think like that because you petty and manipulative. But on the flip side,
Miss Rhea.
when you got stand up women like this, they're gonna look at it totally different from you. Cause I know you. You like to do the little back and forth.
Because why would you do that? But I get
prime
it.
example. We talked.
Yeah.
Something we was talking about. You was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do it today.
Right.
Do I not ask you again? Then you be like, okay, yeah, let me do. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
if you tell me
that just
I
lets
don't
you
wanna
know
go to the
that
mall
my
with you.
decision can change.
prime
Yeah.
example, my mother asks my father all the time. She be like, hey, you want to ride? Yeah, not today. Like,
Yeah.
okay, she gonna ask him again because the man.
Just ask
He
me
just
again,
know.
because on that day I may not have been ready, but today I'm ready.
But
Let's
I can't
go.
use my daddy as an example because he a different man.
Yeah.
He just a whole nother man.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to everybody that's tapping in.
Shout out to my
Rhea,
daddy.
Rhea, if you missed it, we were just talking about why is cheating a deal breaker, and everybody already spoke on it. I'll have it up on YouTube. I'll send it to you. But yeah, everybody everybody already gave their explanation, but you can get in the comments or call in and tell us why cheating would be a deal breaker to you.
Trust.
Yeah.
I feel like cheating is a deal breaker when you're younger. I feel like by the time you get older, people don't care. They like, I don't care about that.
It's too much work.
Because now it's because at the end of the day, now it's I don't care what they did. Was the car note paid? That's the shit that matters.
Are we going to be able to drive 40 minutes?
Oh God! Oh my God! We're not going back there.
Oh God!
I feel like it's just too much work. Me personally, I don't want to cheat on my dude.
Yeah, I feel like we never
intentions.
enter into things.
Those are
to do that.
Even if I see it, so like for me, and I say this all the time, when I want anything, I don't care what it is. For me, it has to be the best for me.
Right.
I don't care what it is. So like my man has to be the best for me because he might not be the best, like whatever for you, but for me, he's the best because when I go out, it's like, shoot, I got the best thing already.
Yeah,
like,
that's how you should feel.
That's how my mind works. Like, shoot, I already got my nigga.
Okay.
Even if he the best, like my dude is the best.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's gonna make him feel so good though, and that energy is going to reflect when he's in those rooms, like you feeling the way you feel.
No, Rhea, listen. Let me explain something to you.
Really light skin to this.
No, here's the problem. There's a
with
difference,
Miss Rhea.
She's like, that's how.
There
that's
is
what
a
I came
difference.
into.
It's not a versus thing. What the problem is, and I've been, most of my problems I've had with other men, they were always light skinned. It was always over another woman. That was most of the time. I'm not gonna say I ain't got into it with another dark skinned guy, nothing like that. But the majority of them, it's always been light skinned, and they always act funny when it come down to certain things. They act like they prettier than the girls sometimes.
Yes, they do. As a person who talked to light skin,
Yeah.
So,
they are a little sensitive, very emotional. Now the dark skinned brothers, some of them do have a little bit of an attitude.
Yeah, I will say that.
They do have a bit of a toot. And I am pretty silly and goofy and witty, so I like to have fun. So, like,
that could clash sometimes, you think?
You have to talk to them.
How are y'all seeing all this? Every time I gotta refresh.
I have to, with them, they do a little different.
Yeah,
if I can get that brown, we good.
Yeah, yo.
Okay, Mr. Charleston.
Shout out to my boy Demery. He said, if I forgive my lady for cheating, I'm definitely getting my revenge. Now, listen.
And that's the thing that people be scared of.
Now, listen. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about that.
Does anybody do any self-reflection while cheating?
Yeah.
No,
seriously.
I don't think so.
I
Does
did.
anybody self-reflect?
I think it's.
I did.
Yeah, after the act is done,
Yeah,
maybe.
I've done self-reflection. But here, let me explain.
I feel like I'm always self-reflecting.
Let me follow up with my homie Demery, though. Demery, I'm with you on that to a degree. Like, the old me was definitely for the get backs and all of that. Me now, I'm more of a slow burner type of guy. So if let's just say my wife cheated, I found out, she told me, whatever the case may be, cool. I'm not gonna sit up here and just act like everything is okay, but I'm not gonna sit up here and act like it's the end all be all, because it ain't like, oh, I gave you money to pay the mortgage and you messed around and gave it to the old boy because he broke your back in. Oh no, that's different. But there will be some consequences. I'm not saying that there won't be at all, and I ain't even saying that it's gonna come directly from me, but it's gonna come back some way, some form. So I do understand.
So you just gonna let the universe do their big one?
I guess because I'm assuming that we are all speaking of cheating as someone having sex with the opposite person, right?
Yeah.
Is that what we
I feel like that would be maybe the more extreme case.
Is that the nitty gritty to what we're getting down to?
That's the extremist case.
That's the extremist case, right? That's what you just said.
What other case is it?
It's multiple cases.
Yeah, because we can go back.
Okay, let's do texting.
Okay,
sure.
Let's go with that. Let's go with texting.
Let's start up with some of the cheating, right?
Right.
Texting. Yeah. Am I gonna be mad? Probably, kind of like,
Yeah.
But if nothing has come from it, I'm pretty much over it. You see what I'm saying?
You see what I'm talking about?
Nothing has come from it, so it's like, I'm watching.
Yeah.
But nothing has come from it. If you're like, you could have been bored that day, and let me just play with somebody.
I get it, but why we playing like that? See, people playing too much.
People be
We're
bored.
human.
People playing
But
too
my
much.
thing is, what did he say?
Don't play too much.
What
What did he say? Did he give her hope? Like, so for me,
And a lot of people do.
so that's my thing with texting, right? What's the other form of cheating? What's the other form?
Calling.
Okay, calling. Go ahead.
Everybody just look like
she's not gonna cheat if she's calling.
Okay, right.
Okay, calling. Okay. I can't say the calling part because I don't know how long.
Do you think that it should be?
He might have been on the phone for 10 minutes. Or,
do you think that it should be a time period where, like after a certain time, people shouldn't call like a respect hour?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
but that's
Go
the
ahead.
boundary.
Yes, absolutely.
That's the boundary for yourself.
Yeah.
But for me, okay, calling, texting. Okay, boom. Here we go. Calling and texting. How they get your number?
That there.
You see what I'm saying? Now,
That's
if
what-
you're doing something on Facebook, Instagram, yeah.
Social media can be a thing, but a lot of these people you already know from different
A lot of
walks
people
in life.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let's break this thing down, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm just tired of us talking about cheating.
Because people be having the same number for 18 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So we got the same number. The number's already there.
Right.
That somebody texts you.
That's a given.
You could be bored. Woo, woo, woo. Now calling, which I don't really think people are calling.
So are you
nowadays.
with someone when you're bored? You with someone at that time though?
What you mean? Yeah.
Okay.
Listen,
I'm just saying. So you're
people-
with someone at this time.
Yes, we're talking
Okay.
about cheating.
Okay.
We're talking about cheating.
Okay.
Some people are bored. They send you a text, hey, big head, hey, what's up? I ain't talked to you in a minute. Hey, what's going on? How's life treating you? Da 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 da. They having casual
Somebody
conversation.
always trying to, hey, big head, they way
but
back
I'm just
into
saying,
something.
is that cheating if
Wait a
it's
minute.
casual conversation?
No, it's not. It's not.
That's
It's
not
casual.
cheat- it's
What
casual
makes
conversation.
This is what makes it cheating, Telly. What makes it cheating is if it's some form of like flirtation.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So hey, big head.
Hey, big head.
That's
I don't talk like that.
No,
I'm just saying. So that don't count.
Okay, look, we about to break
It
down.
can count in young world.
Yeah.
Well,
Welcome.
But let's just break it down. Okay, everybody, let's just say this person has the same number. Now, if you give an exchange of numbers, now you definitely think about crossing the line. But let's just say they have the same number. Random person see you on social media, like, dang, I wonder if they still single or not. Let me
Right.
slide in.
Okay.
Find out something.
Let me find out something.
Just
now,
go on the page. You can probably see from there.
not
but,
necessarily.
But okay.
Because
Everybody
you
don't put
probably,
everything
everybody
on
don't post
social
their
media.
people.
More
on there.
yes than no. But go ahead.
You ain't posting your dude. Exactly.
Not no
so,
No.
So here we go. They call. It's like, hey, ain't heard from you in the house, life treating you, yada 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 yada. Boom, 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 boom. We good. Ain't much was said. I'm not gonna get mad about that. Now, if there's a continuous form of cheating,
So-
now the door is being open again. Who has your ear?
Yeah.
So you
Who
don't think
has
that
your
first
ear?
little hey big head was just enough to see would I get a reply? Now I'm about to hit you with what I was really hitting you up for. I just got to see if the coast clear first. Nobody want to look
that
stupid.
goes back to your partner. That's what I said.
I'm just saying, we
How did
talking about the
how
texting
did
and the
my-
calling.
How did my partner respond?
There
And
you
he
go.
responded like,
And there we
like,
go.
hey, I got a girl.
You hear that?
All right, y'all.
I'm not mad at him.
Just turn off your phone.
So
Just-
now,
just pay
okay,
attention.
so we did the phone thing, right?
All right, now
what's the other
let's
form
go
of
to
cheating?
Demery. Let's go to Demery. Demery said, "I got a lunch buddy of the opposite sex. Is that cool, ladies?"
Do your significant other know?
Yes, Demery. Does your significant
Does
other
your-
know?
If she does and she's fine with it, I feel like that's fine. It becomes a problem when I feel like she don't know. But then some guys feel like, hey, I'm grown, I can do whatever as long as I'm doing it within good taste, I'm good. But just out of respect for your
But is
relationship.
it just the two of you?
Yeah, it's a lunch date.
Yeah,
It's a lunch date.
yeah.
So you
that-
planning this? Are you planning this lunch
Because
date?
if it's more than two people, then it's an outing.
But this
I'm
could
saying-
be this could
but
be
are
somebody
you-
from work. This could
That's
be,
what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
It's an
but if
outing.
you working at the plant or something like that, I don't know what happens there. But it seems like people eat together or do.
Yeah.
But if you're planning the date,
All right, Miss Rhea.
yeah, like if you're planning it. It's a fine, that's a thin line. That's
It's
a thin
it's
line.
already planned. It's a weekly thing.
So does your significant other know? And if
That's
your
the bottom
If your
line.
significant other does not know, it's a little shaky.
I have also another question for you.
'Cause
Can your
again,
significant other
it's your
ever
ear.
join your guys' lunch date?
That's another
Sure,
good question.
absolutely.
Come on.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm with that.
Okay.
If I got a little lunch, whatever, yeah, you could join us.
Okay. And that's what I'm saying.
So
Just,
that's okay.
just make it open.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Now, the big one.
okay.
The big one. Sexual intercourse.
Okay.
Boom, boom, boom. That is the biggest problem.
Right.
That's it. Because now.
That's what everybody was talking about.
Now
The
you've
boom,
done
boom,
it.
boom. Now you have crossed that line.
Right.
Literally. You passed the wall.
Because for me, it's the trust. And like y'all could go with no feelings involved.
And
No
that's hard
feelings.
for a woman to
That's
do.
hard for women to do.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because if we've crossed that line, baby, we didn't built up some stuff for me to go ahead and get that. You know what I'm saying? Like something has built up.
Very much for me to even say yes.
Yes.
So because depending on the female, that may not just be right off rip.
Yeah.
So it may take a few months, years,
And
depending on the person.
is, did it happen one time? Did it happen one
If
time?
you repeat offender, then it's a wrap. I think that's
Because now if you've repeated, this is a relationship at this
there
point.
you go. Yeah.
You feel like that?
Oh, you like something.
Yeah.
I mean,
went
you
back.
liked whatever you liked from the get go. That ain't
Sometimes
changed.
some people can just be letting off.
Right.
But if you going back
I mean, people can constantly get off.
continuously, oh, you like something that broad do.
Yeah.
So at that
now,
point, it's deeper.
we got a problem.
Okay, I get that's
Now
interesting.
we have a problem.
Okay. Because now you say
And this is-
in a
Oh,
relationship.
you liking what she doing.
So this
now
is
we
why,
have
this,
a problem.
Okay.
this is why some people can forgive a one-time ordeal over it consistently happening.
Now, would you be quick to? That's
Now,
tough.
if it
Now,
was-
what if they only told you about the one time and then you forgave them, but then you found out that it happened more than that, just that one time? Is that a deal breaker?
They did it more than once.
If they told you it happened once,
You thought that it happened once, yes,
Right.
or they told you, or you didn't even ask. You just assumed maybe it happened once, and then you found out that it was a repeated
oh well,
situation.
if you assume you make an ass out of yourself, so no, I don't give a damn about that.
So
That
I
means
know, because
nothing.
who want to think that it happened more than once?
Well, if
you
it
don't
ha-
want to think
well,
that it happened at all.
Well, here's my
but-
thing: if it already happened, listen, let me explain something to you, especially from a man's point of view. I know that if single me, right? This goes for any woman in a relationship, in a marriage, single. Once I tap into that mind, I got you, and I can get your body at any moment I want to.
So it's more so the mind first.
Exactly. So
well, that's how women having sex anyway.
And that's what's to get to say that, yes.
So
yeah.
again, if that man tapped into your mind, he could have your body at any moment. So I'm already going to assume if he got you once, he can get you again.
Again. How many
Okay.
times did you?
So you don't want to be naive to the fact.
I'm not about to be naive for what? No, because let me tell you something about women.
Stop me dead in my track. Like,
Women
okay.
are gonna do whatever they want to do with their bodies. You cannot control no woman. Once she's on the roll, it's a wrap.
That's interesting. Once she's on the road, it's
How
a wrap.
many times
Do you?
did mess with her?
I don't know.
How many?
You said how many times?
If you've done it a few times at this point, now we have a problem.
Yeah.
I probably can forgive once,
But you
Yeah.
can't forgive a plethora.
because
No.
you like her.
But here's the thing, though.
You
What if
liking
it's
her.
Or
what if
you
it's
got
not
a
just
problem.
that? What if it's not just that
You
one
got a
person,
problem.
though?
It's multiple women.
I'm just saying, what if it's more than one person?
Oh, then you just a cheater.
Yeah. Then you.
So it's not even nothing
You legit
that-
got a problem.
Listen,
Got you.
Yeah.
you see, Vanessa ain't leave Kobe.
Right.
Sure, that nigga was buying Ferraris and diamonds and all types of
The
things.
dude
So,
She
so
was
is
staying right
that
there.
enough? So is that enough to stay? Is the materialistic things and a comfortable living
We
enough?
only heard about Kobe cheating one time.
And that's all it took. And then look what he did.
You heard about Kevin Hart cheating one time.
Exactly. And his wife cold. I don't know why he cheated. But anywho,
And that's the thing.
And he said it. First of all, he was set up. That's first and foremost. And secondly, he was gone out of his mind. And if you saw the tape, you can tell.
yeah, I didn't see the.
I gotta
tape.
see the footage.
Oh, he was set up.
Okay.
Because the camera was set up. After he finished, Kevin Hart got right up and walked out. But he was like drunk, like out of. He was gone.
Really?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he was set up.
Huh.
But that's what I'm saying. You only heard about him cheating one time.
Yeah.
You only heard about Kobe Bryant one time. We ain't heard about the other men, so I don't know what's going
Yes,
on. I
you
can't
can't
speak
really
for
say
them.
about that. Yeah.
But again, one time I can forgive you. But if you just out here just
Because at that
Willy-nilly?
point, it's a choice.
because now you making me look bad.
Yeah, because at that
Yeah.
point you're embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing
Yeah.
me. You don't care about me. You
Yeah.
bringing stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Do you feel like the apology needs to be public, like the disrespect, or do you?
public? We ain't public. We ain't no public figure.
No, I'm saying.
She feel like the apology.
No, I'm
needs to
saying
be
the
just as
apology,
loud as
yeah.
the
Whole
disrespect.
fam. Listen, everybody, let's get together. And I just want everybody to know I cheated
No,
on Brittany.
no,
Like,
no, not necessarily having to say what's
He
wrong.
has to make up for the cheating.
Pretty much.
Yes.
he gonna have to make up to the day he died.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, that's not healthy.
You want to know why? It's not. But he's gonna have to.
Because
do
are
it.
you really forgiving him or
It's not a
no?
matter of forgiving. It's what he's gonna have to do because my mind has to always be.
It's a matter of forgiving.
No,
you can forgive but not forget.
You
can't
can forgive all day. You can't forget. So guess what? In the back of her mind, at any given time, you gonna do this again.
Exactly. So are you really forgiving that person?
So my pastor, Michael Todd, he's not my pastor, but I watch him his sermons and like, my pastor.
He's like, let me not.
He cheated on his wife. He said, right?
Okay.
And he said he still to this day makes up for it. Even though she's forgiven him, what he's saying is he doesn't want to place no doubt in her mind.
So that's for him. That's
Probably.
more so what he's doing for him.
And I guess for her.
For her mental.
Yeah, for her mental state. Like, he doesn't want to
that
place
reassurance
any
is going to
doubt.
be big at that time.
But you're always going to have to do that. Because the simple slip up.
But I'm saying, is that truly forgiving a person though? Because you holding on to it, and you already coming in with the mindset of,
if he
I know they're gonna do it again. I feel like they're gonna do it again. So now you on guard for them to do it again.
I'm working late, and the first time
you
he
see
was
what I'm
working late,
saying?
he was cheating.
You see,
every time he say he's working late,
right?
He's gonna have to. He's gonna.
So can a man provide or not? You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is, it's always gonna be there. Just like with you always gonna have to clear the air.
What's up, Carla? You on the air?
Hey, man.
What up, though?
Say, man.
What
I
are
got
you
a problem.
eating?
What's up? Yeah, why you calling smacking?
Right. You ain't gonna bring no lunch.
Shan wants you to sit on. Shan wants you to sit on live and be like, "Look, I embarrassed the whole family."
Yeah. She wants you to do
something.
That food term was.
Shan wants you to look so stupid that you don't even think about none of that shit no more.
Like,
She
listen.
want nigga to put on a clown suit and everything. Like,
Hey,
like dog.
it take one time.
I just
for
thought
some
that was
men.
hilarious.
It just takes uno. That's
Look,
it.
It takes one. Sometimes it takes just one time, and some men like, yo, I did it. I really didn't like it. I don't like how it made my wife feel. I don't like, I didn't
but
like
that's for the
it.
men
That be the
but
biggest point.
That be for the men that get caught though. Some of these dudes are sloppy.
I would say some men just feel guilty in its entirety.
I really don't believe that you want your wife to be hurting.
Hell no, I don't.
So
But
you see what
not
I'm
gonna
saying?
do
So
it.
that's why I said it's just.
but see, that's the thing too, though. I'm the type of because thank God I'm a straight shooter. I'm not gonna just up and cheat. There's gonna be steps to take that lead up to me doing it. I'm gonna come to my wife and let her know, hey baby, you messing up in this department, and this department. I need you to step it up, and I'm gonna give you grace to step it up. If you don't step it up, somebody will be waiting. That's
So
it.
it's more of a lack thing
Yeah, it's a lack thing.
Well, what could
than a
be
behavior thing.
Some people just got a problem. Some people are.
But that
sex-
would be the
That's why
change
it's just
behavior.
it's something deeply rooted into somebody. See, here's my thing, right? This is how I look at it. Calvin, stay on the phone. So this is how I look at it, right? When you like who you're with, right? I care about them. So I don't want to do nothing that's going to embarrass them, and I don't want to do anything that's going to hurt them.
Respectfully.
So my thing is, if there is a slip up, God forbid, and I know that crushed him, that crushes me.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't want to crush him, and I don't want to put him through that. So I'm hoping and that he feels the same way. So I'm hoping it makes him to be a little bit more cautious in what he's doing. So I feel like when it comes to that, when you're thinking about the other person, you're gonna think twice about stepping out or doing some other stuff. Is what I'm saying.
That I agree.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because I care about who I'm with so much that I don't want to crush him.
That's true. And you working twice as hard to make them feel.
So when it goes back to the Michael Todd thing, he crushed his wife. So he works hard so that she never feels crushed again.
I get that. I understand that.
So
Now,
that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Now,
So
Cal,
That's
it's not
corrective
about that I
behavior.
don't forgive you or that I forgot. It's a matter of I don't want you to feel this way ever again.
Yeah.
Cal, let me ask you something before you go, bro. Is cheating a deal breaker? And two, will you ever forgive cheating if it happened once?
I mean, you know us, man. We men, Ty. That's like that's a deal breaker for us. But it's like at the end of the day, it's like it depends on how you locked in with a person. Because at the end of the day, I seen guys say, "Hey, you know what? I'll leave her if she do X, Y, and Z." But then, I also seen the same guys, give her a chance or 2 or 3. So it's just subjective. You know what I'm saying? It's subjective.
Okay.
But
So I guess for you, it depends on the woman.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
It depends
has
on
to.
how
It
much
has
love
to.
he have. It's how much he care for
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
But if you not crushed,
Yeah. You ain't
you,
crying
if you
flying down
ain't,
the wall.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like people ain't really been in that. They ain't been in love, or they
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah,
what
people
that.
don't
Or
care
I feel like
enough.
people
Yeah.
don't sit in
People
the
don't
love
care.
because they working on a revenge.
I'm gonna tell you right now. When I love my dude, I love my dude. I don't want to crush him.
Yeah.
Period. I
Definitely.
do not want to hurt him.
That's facts.
I tell my wife all the time, I'll never hurt you on purpose.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, consideration, man. Consideration
Yeah, it goes a
prevents
long
all
way.
of that. All of that. It's supposed to prevent all of that because at the end of the day, the snake gonna get in your ear. The snake got in Eve's ear,
Yes, who
so
had
the
your
snake
ear?
gonna get in whoever's ear. But it's about the how much consideration and how much respect you got for that man.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it goes down to.
That's true.
Okay. That's what's up, man.
And it ties into like Rhea made a comment about jealousy, and I said I didn't say anything. I was gonna write something, but it's just the fact like it's about energy too. Like I've seen that where a woman might have too many male energies in her space, and then it'll flip it on the guy like, hey, you're just acting like this or acting like that, but it could be the same. It could be a guy having so many women's energies in his space that it becomes that, and then it becomes a problem for the relationship.
I understand that. I get
Again,
that.
who has your ear?
Exactly.
And then that's when cheating occurs.
Absolutely.
Who has your ear?
We about to take this next call, Cal. Thanks for calling in again, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, man.
Nobody.
Say, man.
Put that on the shirt, Cal.
Hey,
Good
man.
game production.
Say, man.
All right. All right, man.
Hey, the girl that said $2,000.
Yeah, for sure. All right, now. What's up, caller? You on the air?
I thought Shandy was about to merge the call. I was like, it's all of us.
I
Calvin.
Yeah.
I could have
What's
really
up?
did that though. Hey,
What's
Miss
good?
Rhea.
What's up, Rhea?
Hey, Miss Rhea.
What's up, y'all? Okay,
Hey.
look here. This is a hot topic.
Thank you.
She said,
Oh, my
And you know
goodness.
what? Don't thank me, thank Brittany, because we was having a conversation after the morning show, and that's where all of this kind of got curated.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Yes. Look, y'all ain't reading my comments fast enough.
I'm
Where's
trying,
my first
I'm
comment?
trying to get
Miss
to
Rhea,
it.
like, don't even worry about
Go
it.
ahead, though, Rhea.
I said, let me say, like cheating, I can forgive and have forgiven cheating. But what I will not forgive is you spending money outside my home. If I need or want for anything and you out here whining and dining another hoe, I said, ho, my bad, I got
It's okay. It's okay. It's
No, that's
okay.
what she is.
We understood.
No, that's what she
another
is.
female.
Yeah.
I have an issue with that. And sex is very intimate, but so is me and my well-being and my finances. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes, and men don't even think about that. But when they going out and doing all this stuff and whining and dining, that woman feel like she got one up on you. Sex, because see, this is the thing. Men can sleep. Men are not set up like us. They're not wired like us. So we can't think how they think.
Indeed.
That's true.
If they are
We want
caring, for them to spend their money, they care about something. For us to give our bodies, we care about something. So it's the opposite. It's like, for them to have sex with somebody, that ain't none of them. They're like, oh, baby, I ain't mean it. You the one I love, yada, yada, yada. But you didn't care about this type of, water getting cut off or something, and you gave her some money. I got a problem with
That's
that.
real.
Me too,
I'm
because she
just
gonna be
saying.
dirty over there.
Say stay over there.
Right.
But that's just a scenario. But yes, this is a great topic.
Thank you.
Miss Rhea, what
All
if that
right.
was like his best friend?
It better not be. She gonna be over
Right,
there
I'm your
and
best
dirty.
friend.
She gonna be dirty.
Yeah.
I'm the
your
only
buddy.
friend that you need.
She gonna be dirty. She better call
Right.
another
I'm your buddy.
ninja.
But no, I have a male best friend. So him, if I ever am in need of something, that's clear with his wife. I go to her before he will.
That's
But
respectful.
That's
but
how
y'all
we are.
are all
On the
friends.
same
Yeah, that's
accord.
respectful.
So that's
Yeah.
different, and we've had that conversation. We had already talked about that. That's different.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally different.
That's
And some people
different.
still have a problem with that, but I'm just glad I'm not one of those people because that can ruin relationships.
Yeah.
Having female and male best friends, like, oh yeah, they just want you, and no, everybody ain't wired like that.
Yeah.
And even if they did, that's a good thing. Even if they did, does it matter? Can you actually have slept with somebody back in the day and then later on y'all just friends? I don't know. A lot of people can't handle stuff like that.
Right. That's
It don't. What you did in your past, everybody got a past.
That's true.
yeah.
I just have a future.
Okay.
Exactly.
Right.
I might not be your first, but I'm definitely be your last.
That's real. I respect that,
I
Rhea.
just have a future.
Right.
That's all I have.
That's all
All
I
right,
can
keep
give.
it going. I ain't gonna hold the phone. Love y'all. Watch
Thank
your
you so
mouth.
much, Maria.
My future is with you in it. See how you do that? Listen, that's how you listen, ladies.
That eight. Yeah.
Yeah,
My
definitely.
future is with you in it. You understand what I'm saying?
Demery said, fellas, what's the best way to hold your lady accountable after her infidelity? In my case,
That's a good question.
This is the best way that I can answer it because first, she got to be willing to take accountability. Like, if she don't take accountability, this conversation it ain't gonna work no way. But the best way to make sure that she is accountable, she gonna have to make up for it. She gonna have to show me that she's sorry. Don't tell me you sorry. Show
because
me.
you're not sleeping with her right now.
Yeah,
You're not gonna sleep with her.
No.
How long is it? How long?
Oh no! See, I'm sick.
You still gonna sleep with her?
I'm gonna dog her when I sleep with her
Oh,
again.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
See-
I'm gonna dog walk her when we sleep together again. Okay, so that's how I
how
am.
you know that he ain't over it.
Yeah, no, because you want to sleep around. Let me give you a different version of me. Let me show you something different.
Because
clearly, I wasn't
That's
doing enough.
interesting
now I
because
feel like you didn't lost respect for her at this point.
because
This is why I don't cheat.
Yeah.
It's too much work.
Oh yeah.
It's too much work.
okay,
yeah.
okay. I digress.
Now, another
This is why we don't cheat.
Yeah.
now another way to hold her accountable. Let's just say I'm not being petty me.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm being mature me, I'm not gonna mess with her like that. She's gonna get cold me. I'm gonna respect her, but she's not about to get that attention.
But are
I'm
you
not gonna-
really- are you
hold
really
on,
forgiving?
Hold on. How you gonna eat if I'm not finished cooking?
You right. You go ahead.
So,
Go ahead,
like I
man.
was saying,
More like a sizzle.
I'm gonna take away some things that I used to do. I'm not gonna walk past you in the kitchen and slap you in the ass no more or grab it. I'm not gonna hug you the
I probably
same.
ain't like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hug you the same. Okay, it's gonna take a minute. You gotta give me a minute to let it go. That's what I would say. Now go ahead.
Thank you so much. I was waiting so patiently. Are you
actually you weren't. You
I was
were
not.
She was over there for like a 3-year-old.
not. But that goes back to my point. Are you actually forgiven if you are taking all these things away? I'm not saying go back like tomorrow. Everything is peaches and cream. Nothing happened.
This is part of the healing process, Telly.
This is why I don't cheat.
I don't know. You doing all that in the healing process? That's pushing a person away.
No, it's not. Because
I feel like if you gonna heal like that, you may need some time to heal by yourself. Why would you keep punishing me for something that you said that you forgave?
How do you know how long I'm keeping you on punishment for? I didn't say that this was gonna last for months on end.
I'm just saying you taking certain things away is indicating I'm not over it.
It might last for a couple of days. Who are you to tell me how long the shit gonna take anyway?
I'm just saying.
love too hard.
Only thing I asked.
Listen,
I must love way too hard. I love too hard.
Wait, you just sat up
I'm not
here.
doing none of this.
You mean to tell me? And ladies, I want y'all to chime in too before we go. You done took another sausage in your diet, right? You done took another sausage in your diet. Who are you to try to tell the man on how long it's going to take for him to heal?
Nobody is saying that.
But I'm saying, though, your punishment is going to be your punishment, whether you like it or not, and it's going to be for a length of time. No matter how you slice it. No man is going to sit up here and be like, oh, you took another sausage in your diet, baby. It's all right. We going to snap right back the next day. No. You're gonna have to take.
I just said that. I just said that that's not gonna happen.
So for me, speaking of sausages, personally, this is why I don't like the whole cheating thing, because I don't ever want another man to tell my man he had me. Period.
That's real.
There we go.
That's real.
Because at the end of the day, it goes back to me.
Yeah.
I'm being honest, because for me now I look stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to look stupid, and I don't want my man looking stupid. So that's how I move.
Yeah.
I can't speak for everybody else.
I can.
But for me, this is why the whole cheating thing don't really.
Yeah,
I get that.
It don't really work for me.
It does. Yeah.
We about to get to some comments before we get up out of here. This is a great show, ladies. Thank you.
Yeah, you welcome. Because I'm supposed to be somewhere else right now.
This is fire. Kabibi said, "I've slept with someone and then found them better to be in the friend zone." Okay,
So she like to B-U-D-D-Y.
Okay.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
be shy.
Yeah,
Give it a try.
I understand
wrong with
that. Let's see what else. Oh, also, Calvin said Brittany. Well, you go ahead and read that.
What did he say?
That need to be loyal and respectful is a rare trait these days.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it goes back to me. I respect myself, and I'm so that's why I treat my partner like
Mr. Charleston said, "Man, male best friends are prospects. They are potential lovers."
Yes, they are.
Wow. Yes.
Do you think that?
You know why? Because that nigga just sitting in the corner waiting to jump in.
Male best
waiting
friend?
on the
But what if that's not even your shindig?
But just get caught up on one night and you bored and that thing is calling you.
Why is everybody bored?
Listen.
Because when people are bored, that's when they get in emotional trouble.
I don't even trust the male best friends that's supposedly gay, because I feel like
hold on a minute. That's completely different. I have a plethora.
And I guarantee you, at any given time, one of them gonna sneak box you. Like because
it's not right.
I don't feel like
you can't do that.
I do not feel like a gay man, if he claimed to be gay, I don't feel like he's gonna just be sitting. Women are too majestic and beautiful to just be sitting up here saying, "I want boy butt." No,
but here's the thing: by the time people have realized that, they're older.
Men are so beautiful. That's all I see. I don't look at women.
Yeah.
So they could possibly feel that way.
Now, also,
I look at men.
Thank you, Mr. Rhea.
And Judy also said,
Miss Rhea be just as delusional as you sometimes.
Yo, Judy said, if you cheat once, you might cheat again. I'm done with him forever. I understand that narrative too, because you went that far already.
Yeah.
Who's to say you won't go that far again? You do it once, get caught. You just figure out another way to cheat and not get caught.
Who said that comment?
Judy Spencer. Also, let me see.
Miss Judy, I have a question. What if you decided to move on, and you ran into a more frequent cheater, or you got other issues or other problems that trumps cheating?
Listen, Vanessa Bryant, Kobe cheated one time. She didn't go nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm just saying because she said be done with him forever, but
this dude bought a Ferrari and then got it restructured from a stick shift to an automatic. And
he bought, I think it was a $400 million diamond.
Yes.
They didn't just have it already in the stick.
No, it wasn't the
Ferraris
stick.
are manuals.
And they switched it.
Gotcha.
He got it automatic.
Yeah.
Listen, he cheated one time. I don't know if I'm leaving.
But do you feel like
Kevin Hart cheated one time? I don't know if I'm leaving.
But I don't know. They may have to overly compensate for that.
I just said Michael Todd does what he does for his wife because he don't ever want to put her in that position again.
Yeah, but I want you to apologize, and I want that to be clear. But I don't want you to feel like each and every day you got to walk on eggshells or overcompensate.
He's not walking on eggshells, but he makes his wife safe.
All I would want from my wife is if she ever cheated, right? Just make up for it. That's it. Wherever you lacking, keep making up for it.
But how she gonna make up when you talk to the girl? You gonna treat her like she the dog?
I ain't gonna treat no.
The dog.
I said no.
Booty no more.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
She can't even eat.
No. I wasn't gonna talk to her no type of way. I'm not gonna talk to her no type of way. I'm gonna still show respect. I'm just gonna have to pull back a little bit. That's it. And that's not even. The one thing about me, I'm not a grudge holder. That's too much. That takes too much energy. It takes too much energy to hold a grudge.
Well, essentially, that's what you're doing. You're just doing it internally.
Yeah, but I'm not.
But it's still happening.
So can I say something?
Go ahead.
Black women don't cheat.
That's a mic drop.
When I put them on, that's all I gotta say.
Everybody, thank you for joining us.
Today's
been a great show. Listen, and this happened just off of pure.
Yes, Carlton, he upgraded that ring, like I said.
Yeah, he did.
I'm not leaving.
We was chilling after the morning show. I was having a discussion with Brittany Chanel, and this prompted. We had a whole nother show in mind. So this prompted today's show. Thank you, Brittany, for joining me. Thank you, Telly.
Thanks for having me.
This was great.
Black women don't cheat.
Yes, we out of here, y'all. Indeed.
Black women don't cheat.
Yes, that's the one.
That's the one.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talks with Todd.